Yo, what is up, people? What it do? It is the JabberJawz back in the booth. Vulgar Desperado.
Gentleman Bastard.
Here to you today with a quick one, potentially. One that was inspired by a recent article I saw up on Anime News Network today. It looks like Speed Racer is coming back with a new live-action version.
Go Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer.
From J.J. Abrams.
There we go.
From J.J. Abrams, y'all. So I'm just gonna read the little article real quick. It says entertainment news website Variety and the Hollywood Reporter reports on Wednesday. It's kind of weird how just other articles are just report. Even that's what this video is. We're just reading what they read, what they reported.
Exactly.
So entertainment news and all these niggas reported that Speed Racer anime is getting a live action series at Apple by J.J. Abrams. According to the sources, Hiram Martinez, Snowpiercer and Get Shorty. I wonder if that's the movie or
probably the
TV show.
TV show version.
Is serving as showrunner and co-writing the series with Ron Fitzgerald. Abrams is serving as executive producer at his company, Bad Robot. The website states that the live-action series is part of the Abrams Bad Robot deal with Warner Brothers TV, and this has been in works for years. And then they just tell you a little bit about Speed Racer. And it doesn't really matter. Anywho. This video was inspired by this because, admittedly, the last Speed Racer movie is kind of the best live-action anime adaptation out there, period.
Yeah, it really is. Like, just the way that it can flow and actually feel like you're in one the whole time, but you're watching a movie that's just a perfect adaptation for once. Like,
yeah.
Something to try to actually pull out the good and not try to make something stupid out of its own. Like,
yeah, I mean, look, it's not a big bar, right? You know, it's not a hard bar to surpass or jump over, right? Like, I mean, we have Dragon Ball Evolution, which is like probably the worst. I mean, you do have Last Airbender.
You do with that. It's kind of a toss-up on both of those sometimes on which can be worse.
Yeah, I don't know. It's real hard. It's close.
You made firebenders that can't bend fire. They need candles
and then
to
remember
do
the
it?
fucking rock that just like... Yeah, it's bad. Everybody's name was fucked up but Katara's. But you know what? Holy shit. Dragon Ball Evolution is literally like what these movies are made nowadays. Like, you know, like that new Mortal Kombat is literally like it's like a fan friction-y version. The only thing Dragon Ball Evolution didn't have was that like self-insert character, whoever that Cole fool was in that Mortal Kombat.
The little made up, like, I'm in the Dragon Ball universe now.
Yeah, but like Goku was basically written as like, what would a plucky teen version be like nigga, not in high school.
The fool from fucking California be. That's what that shit was.
You know,
like,
stupid. So, yeah, those are pretty shitty. What else we got out there? I mean,
the Netflix ones, like, if you want to count some of those, like the Bleach one, it was decent. It wasn't,
that was Netflix. Like, that was Japan. Same thing with Attack on Titans, and theirs was trash, too.
And the Bleach one was pretty decent. It was just... It felt like a real rushed one, like they weren't going to try and make an extra, or just this was going to be the only one. Yeah, so it was like a rush type of thing, but I mean, it was still pretty decent. Like, dude was swinging the sword like I figured Ichigo would. Yeah, that was kind of cool. So the Rurouni Kenshin ones.
Okay, those are the all right. So never mind. The Rurouni Kenshin are the greatest anime adaptation.
Yes.
However. Speed Racer is number 2. I can't. If you got it, leave something in the comments if you can think of a better live action anime adaptation. Because right now I put the Rurouni Kenshin trilogy at number 1 for sure.
Definitely.
And then Speed Racer at number 2. I mean, even in the sense of just adaptation in general. I mean, anime it's definitely one of the higher ones taking the cake. But it's a pretty good adaptation and a good alteration to like some things in the main story. Like, when watching this movie, you do gotta remember, like, it's adapting an anime, but it's adapting the American version of the anime. Yeah. So, you know, more American kids might like it more than
than the world over would have probably taken it. Right. I mean, we're used to Speed Racer, and everybody else is. What did you say his name was?
His name is Go Mifune in the original, and it's really called Maha Go, which is
I know it's the Maha Go.
Yeah, that's the name of the show.
But it's just like the whole we know Speed Racer. Like, if we would have said Go is somebody's name, we would be like, well, who the hell are you talking about? You know?
And I mean, like, I don't know. I would just say that comparatively to a lot of other versions or, like, you know, remakes and I mean it's actually because it got this movie got a lot of heat back in the day. I mean, you can go up to Rotten Tomatoes right now and I might have to pull up some like little screenshots from it, but you know, people were complaining. Like in particular ones I remember was like, oh, its target audience is 12-year-olds, but the movie like plays like 2 hours and that's just too long for kids. And I was like, when I'm 12 I was watching fucking Star Wars prequels, so
Lord of the Rings,
so you know, so I'm like, I don't think any of these reviews. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but these don't even sound fair. That's a weird criticism. Like, I don't think all 12-year-olds are fucking autistic and got ADHD, and you'd be like, this movie's too long, and just freaking out. Like,
they're gonna be good. I think they're gonna want to watch, especially with the amount of action, the way, all the colors. You know, the kids will sit through that.
Yeah, like, you know,
sit through that.
And I think, you know, it was just kind of like odd, like, complaints. And I remember, like I said, back in the day, it didn't get a lot of love. People didn't like all the colors, but like, yeah, you go to Rotten Tomatoes, and critics, obviously, audience and fans do like it, but I think like it's underrated.
Definitely.
You know, that's probably one of the better ways to put it. You know, it might not be the best because of Rurouni Kenshin, but it's definitely underrated.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Like the way that it was all filmed, the way that they had the way the whole flow of the movie is just underdog going after the big boys after a while.
Yeah, you know? It actually has a legit. That's a good point that you bring up. It has a legit story when you like actually sit there and watch it as an adult. You're like, oh shit, like this is kind of deep. Yeah. Like, not even super deep, but
it's something that you could definitely rewatch again, because most of these other ones, like in Dragon Ball Evolution, what was the whole point in that whole story? Was it for him to learn the Kamehameha?
No, I think his grandpa died, and they were getting the Dragon Balls. And I just don't remember. They were trying to stop Piccolo or something.
Yeah, and
something
it's just
like that.
It's a story that you don't even try to remember because of definitely how terrible it was.
Well, I'll give Avatar 1 points to Gryffindor or whatever for fucking at least trying to do the cool ass scene at the end in that ice kingdom, whatever, the water kingdom, wherever they were.
The North Pole.
Yeah. That was. You're like, all right, well, this could have been better, but they tried.
It could have. They tried. What was it? Iroh had the for a whole 2 seconds.
But with the Speed Racer, like, it is actually a cool story. Like he's saying, it's a underdog story of going up against the corporations of, you know, Rig Sporting, you know, and it's kind of a little more deep in that realm than you kind of remember from your first watching it, because it's like literally is like just all colors threw up on you. Yeah, you know, there's a lot going on in this movie. On you,
and then they started spinning, and then you were like, "Wait, we're racing still. Let's do this."
Yeah, it's definitely something to behold. It's fucking eye candy, but you know, and you might get kind of lost in that and all the, like, you know, cheap CGI. I mean, it's a little older, but not super old. I think it was like 2008.
I believe,
you know?
So,
yeah. And it's just kind of like, it's actually kind of a good, wholesome family movie, too. You know, it's like good for all ages, obviously. And really, I gotta give credit where credit's due. The car fighting, they called it car fu, I think, on the special features. Like, I was like, that shit's sick.
It is.
You know, that shit is actually legit.
Got cars literally banging.
Yeah. You know, they're out here, like, you know, smashing and dashing, like flipping and like he.
They got the
like,
jumps.
Yeah, that's just like, get that weak shit off my track. Like, you know, that was legit. You're actually watching this like, yo, this is actually a kind of a cool way to add to something, because I mean, like, the old Speed Racer cartoon was like in the 60s or 70s.
Yep.
And, you know, I know it jumped over, but I don't think it was like tail whipping people into another car and like, you know,
it was definite more. I think all of his gadgets were more just for him to be safe. Everybody was attacking him the whole time. Right. He was just, nope, I can jump over this, I can get out of this, I can do that, but not like how this was. The way that this was intended, oh my god.
Yeah. And, you know, this was actually, you know, like, had some good humor in there too, with the little brother and stuff. And, you know, like I said, it really does have that kind of wholesome vibe, I mean, with the family Speed, because that's something that was actually kind of cool on the movie stylistically, because it's futuristic, you know, you have these crazy cars, but it's also like 50s aesthetic when you go to like Speed's house in his town with his family. They got a fucking rotary phone,
exactly.
You know, and it's kind of, it reminded me of like the Batman animated series because it's all like old school, like cars and blimps, like the 40s, you know, and the 30s. He has
all the gadgets.
But
in the world,
you know, like, so it's like it was that kind of cool mixture.
Lasers too, like
you know, so it's kind of cool, like you know, certain shows and certain, you know, like comic books and mangas, like they can do like real cross era kind of aesthetics, and that's something that I actually really liked about the Speed Racer movie. I'm like, yo, it's not hiding the fact that hey, we're an anime, like we're an anime come to life, and it's gonna be bright, it's gonna be colorful, it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be chaotic, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be silly. You really do get like all of it. Like in a lot of ways, you're watching this, you're like, yeah, this actually does feel like the movie of an anime. You got, you know, your nice story. He's got his girlfriend, he's got his friends, he's got his tragic story with his brother. Like you get all this really cool stuff in there. You know, it's like, yeah, this is an anime. Like,
and a damn good one.
Yeah,
damn good one.
I mean, again, reminding of the Rurouni Kenshin trilogy. So maybe I'll say it's the best live action American version because you know,
definitely.
Because there's not a lot of I mean, fuck. What other anime adaptations do we even have? Like
they did that damn Ghost in the Shell. Terrible.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Ghost in the Shell was terrible as shit, and I was ready for it too. I said, "All right, I can see what's good with you, ScarJo. What you got? You got nothing as the major.
Yeah.
You pissed me off as the major. I'll tell you that."
That's what I'm saying, man. Like they're supposed to do a Gundam coming up soon, and Gundam I feel like is easy. It's war. Exactly. You know, just do war. But after seeing the debauchery of what they've done to Halo, when you got 3, 4, 5 games dang near to do story off of,
it's all war as well.
And they just decided to make it a YA novel. I don't have faith. I don't have faith.
Like, if they make this Gundam, is it going to be based off of something or a whole new, let's put this into the universe Gundam like they like to do?
I can imagine the Gundam pilot being the wokest piece of shit, annoying ass pilot, crying at everything, and it's like, hey man, you're in war. I bet you he'll like. I can only imagine who they're gonna get. Now, if you stick to the scripts and you do it right, like it could be good.
Oh, a Gundam one will be hella G.
And maybe, I mean, because the odd thing,
especially after all the Transformer movies, you make a Gundam looking somewhat like that, like a lot more not so sleek and shiny, but just. They got it. We could do that.
We have the technology to make it look pretty. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is they just don't know how to write these scripts.
Nope.
And I mean, I'll give you, look, this is an older movie, Speed Racer, 2008, if you will, but that's still in the middle of a lot of shitty anime adaptations. You know what I mean? So it's like there can be some diamonds in the rough. Maybe Gundam will be that new one to make people reconsider because. I mean, if Sonic the Hedgehog showed me anything, you can do video games, right? If you listen to the fans and don't deviate from the source material.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And these are fucking kids movies, so maybe it's a little easier for them to do it that way. But I feel like if you can go balls to the wall and Gundam it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll be one to see.
You really can make a good movie, but we'll see. But
be hopeful.
But I mean. Really, just a little quick bit on, just some update with the Speed Racer TV show. Let's talk about that. I do hope that J.J. Abrams and whoever doesn't fuck it up. And it's a live action one. So, it's probably not going to be anyone familiar that we'll see as Speed Racer. They'll probably get some new kid.
Definitely will. I wouldn't mind that, though, at all. Somebody who's kind of like a no-name. Mm-hmm. How... I'm sure he's been in something before, but the guy who was in Baby Driver,
oh fuck, Angle or Eagle, something.
I know I've seen him.
I don't remember his name.
It's just when it came to him being in that role, I was like, oh,
you're not wrong because I've seen that fool in Baby Driver. I could see him as Speed Racer.
See that
so
too.
That could kind of work.
It's just,
but they might go with his kind of type.
Yep.
That kind of look.
That just need to have that one little floof.
Little curl, little Superman curl.
Exactly.
Yeah. I in a weird way, I kind of do hope they kind of follow the Wachowskis lead in that of style. I mean, maybe it doesn't have. Well, I don't know. I do like the CG. I liked all the colors. I like the craziness of it. So I prefer them to follow that style. But then again, I guess if that's somebody else, well, I don't know how intellectual property works. So I don't know if they could, but you know what I mean. It's kind of weird.
Be a little bit of copyright.
Yeah, so there's probably problems with that. But then again, if it's Warner Brothers, Wachowski's work with them, they just did Matrix. Hey, maybe, it's possible. It's possible. You never know. But I do hope that it kind of keeps maybe like the tone. You know, like definitely. I don't want gritty Speed Racer. I know there could be some appeal to that, but I think this movie is like what I mean. Like when I say it's like deep, it's like, hey, here's this light, happy-go-lucky guy. You know, kind of racing with his family, but then it gets real with corporate corruption in this movie. So it's like you can have like deep stories, like something that's like a real kind of thing that you see in the real world, but it doesn't have to be so, I don't know, like fucking there's about to be a horror Winnie Pooh movie coming out.
Blood and honey.
Son. We don't need that. We don't need Speed Racer.
Did you see that shit got Piglet being his sidekick the whole time too?
Yeah.
I was like, what is these motherfuckers? They got goddamn masks on and shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't need that for Speed Racer. You know, we need some fun. We need the colors. They got a pet monkey. Now that being said, I hope it's not too childish. You know, because that's something about this Speed Racer movie that I'm like, you know, this is a kids family all like basically those movies like, oh, it's for 12-year-olds, and I was like, this is one of the last few movies like back in the day where it's like, oh, this is PG, and you could actually, your parents wouldn't be like annoyed to go watch it. Like they'd actually, like, oh, this actually was for
I could sit down and watch this.
Yeah, like everybody.
We could buy this for you for your birthday.
Exactly. You know, you don't make movies like that. Like a lot of kids' movies now are either really for kids and the mentally challenged.
Super for kids. Yeah. You know, we were sitting there like, how am I even gonna try and make it through this? That's why Sonic was surprising.
Yeah, Sonic was surprising because you can, as an adult, you can actually enjoy that. What even a fan of Sonic or even just like a new fan, like or a parent taking their kid to something, you know. So I do hope it can kind of keep that vibe in whatever TV show. But I mean, if it wants to get more serious, I mean, that's the thing that's actually interesting about Speed Racer is like, you know, he does have like this whole, you know, gripping kind of mystery story. Like, hey, where's my missing brother? Racer X, are you my brother? You got these people trying to kill him on the racetrack, you know. Yep. So I mean, if you want to like, you know, PG-13 it up to an extent, you know, but I don't want fucking Riverdale Speed Racer where it's all like, I'm just banging in the Mach 5. Like, nigga, you better race.
I want you to actually be sitting there cruising, racing. You already got Trixie. You don't need to be worried about any other girls.
Right.
Just distractions that pop up and stuff, and maybe we can have her pop up and be like, got the wrench.
Shit. I mean, it's just to get a little baddie for Trixie, man. We don't need no body positive, little Asian, little. Like, you better get a little nice and tight little. Like, you know, I do hope they get a good cast too. I mean, you know, on Apple TV. I mean, I feel like with a lot of these, it kind of is, but I feel like with a lot of these streaming shows, it's like, all right, we can pay for one cool actor. So you're either gonna get like somebody famous for like Speed, or maybe like Racer X, or somebody's gonna be like, oh, I know that one. Then everybody else is gonna be like, all right,
someone random,
like,
one on the show or something like that.
that's what I can foresee. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't have super high hopes. I don't have fucking Apple TV, so I don't really care that much. But I mean, if it looks tight, I might, you know, go check it out for sure.
Definitely.
I'm
Speed Racer has always had a nice little place in the heart.
Yeah, I actually did read after when I was a kid and watching this movie. I did end up reading the Speed Racer manga. Like they sold it at the time, and I have a complete collection of it, and it's cool. It's a cool story, you know. Like I said, I think I even remember watching it as a kid, and you're just like, damn, will this nigga figure out that that's his brother? Like you just hoping for it. You're like, come on, man, that's your bro. Come on, let's get it. You know,
you know this. You keep on saying it. I'm just like him, but it's not him.
Yeah,
it's a mask.
And I think that would be cool to explore in a TV show, especially like in the books. They admit that Racer X is a better driver. In the Wachowskis movies, Speed Racer is a better driver. So maybe in this TV show you can kind of explore that rivalry and see who's like, you know, maybe not like as the once and for all, because if your show sucks, we're not going to use it as definitive. But, you know, just actually have that rivalry, you know, watch it. I think that'd be kind of cool, you know, because who is the better racer, you know, like,
it's like
Speed
just
or X.
having only one type of racer all the time. It'd be nice to have them head to head.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's a big race. Well, you already know who's about to be there. Wait, who's this?
Here's the real question. Which popular singer are they gonna get to remix the fucking song?
Oh, you ain't wrong.
Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go! Like, you know it's gonna be like fucking Pitbulls.
DJ Khaled gonna do
you know, like it's gonna be one of those people where you're like, you know, Del Lupa. I don't know who the fuck. I don't know who's famous. Fucking Doja Cat. Like, you're gonna get one of those fucking, you know.
Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah, yo. So, but I am looking forward to it. I actually do like Speed Racer. It has a soft spot in my heart from being young and even to being older. You know,
definitely.
Yeah, not mega fans, but I actually do like it.
Good old times.
Yeah.
Good old times.
But let us know what you think in the comments. Are y'all excited for this? What y'all think's gonna happen? And did y'all even like this movie? And what better anime adaptations are there outside of Speed Racer and the Rurouni Kenshin? Please let us know in the comments. And like and subscribe. We need that shit.
We do. Thank you. Please.
All right, yo. JabberJawz out. Peace.
See you.